In Southeast Asia, during the Ghost Festival, the 7th month of the lunar year, the gates of hell open, allowing spirits to roam the earth. Families burn offerings and leave food by the roadside for deceased loved ones and lost souls. This story follows Kelly, a rebellious teenager who disregards her mother's warnings about the festival. Kelly's mother had always been adamant about the traditions of the Ghost Festival. "Never kick the offerings on the roadside, Kelly. It will offend the spirits," she warned. But Kelly, a headstrong teenager, always did the opposite of what her parents told her. She found the stories of spirits and ghosts nothing more than superstitions. One evening, after an outing with her friends, Kelly returned home after sunset. The streets were dimly lit, with flickering lights casting eerie shadows. As she walked home, she saw several offerings by the roadside: incense, food, and paper money burning in small, controlled fires. Her mother's warning echoed in her mind, but Kelly felt a rebellious urge rising within her. Agitated by her mother's constant nagging about old legends, Kelly kicked one of the offerings. A sudden gust of wind blew past her, sending shivers down her spine. She looked around, but nothing happened. She laughed it off, thinking her mother was just old-fashioned and gullible. When Kelly got home, she went straight to the bathroom. As she was about to wash her face, she felt an uneasy sensation, as if someone was watching her. She turned around but saw no one. Shrugging it off, she splashed water on her face. As she looked up, a terrifying ghost appeared right behind her in the mirror. Kelly gasped and spun around, but the ghost had vanished. Her heart pounded, but she convinced herself it was just her imagination. She decided to take a shower, hoping it would calm her nerves. As she washed her hair, she felt something, or someone, stroking it. She froze in terror, but when she opened her eyes and looked around, she saw nothing but the steam-filled bathroom. Finally, Kelly went to bed, hoping to forget the unsettling events. But her sleep was far from peaceful. She dreamt she was trapped in a realm of lost souls, their skeletal hands reaching out to devour her. She could feel herself aging rapidly, turning into a skeleton. The horror of the dream jolted her awake, leaving her panting and drenched in sweat. The room was silent, illuminated only by the dim moonlight filtering through the window. Kelly noticed a shadowy figure in the dark corner of her room. As she focused her eyes, the figure seemed to take shape, slowly emerging from the darkness. With a sudden whoosh, the ghost's face appeared right in front of her. Kelly screamed, and everything went black. When she opened her eyes again, she was in her living room, surrounded by her concerned parents and a priest. Her parents told her they had found her in front of the fridge, ravenously eating raw meat as if she hadn't eaten in days. They tried to pull her away, but she was filled with an unnatural strength and resisted violently. It took the help of neighbors to subdue her and tie her to the bed. For 3 days, Kelly remained in this possessed state, screaming that she was hungry and exhibiting behavior that was far from normal. Desperate, her parents had called the priest to perform an exorcism. As the exorcism ended, Kelly's body convulsed one last time, and then she lay still. Slowly, she opened her eyes. The terror that had gripped her seemed to dissipate, and she looked around at her parents and the priest. Her mother, tears streaming down her face, hugged her tightly. The priest whispered prayers of thanks, believing the spirit had finally been expelled. Kelly never doubted the power of the spirits again and made sure to respect the traditions of the Ghost Festival from that day forward.